Hi, thanks for stopping by. This is the August 2020 reading for Sagittarius. Sagittarius, if you haven't already subscribed, I'd love it if you would hit the subscribe button below and give this video a thumbs up. So Sagittarius, as I was meditating on your energy for the month of August, I had this vision of you or someone walking around outside alone. Looked to be like maybe a hiking trail or a rail trail or some place where you were there to the person was there to be outside and enjoying the outdoors, but there was this sense of searching for something. And it didn't feel like you were searching the ground for something lost. This felt much more internal. Like, when, for some folks, I'm one of these people, when I have something to figure out, I will pace, often walk, move, just kind of get moving, and it helps to settle me and allows me to be able to think more clearly. And that's sort of what was coming through, that you were walking around in an effort to get clear about something, or because you were searching for something. But that something, again, that something felt internal. Some answer, some guidance, something. Okay. So let's see if the cards have any additional information around what that might be about. It didn't feel particularly heavy. It felt a little bit heavy, though, if I'm honest. It did feel a little bit heavy, but not horribly so. Okay. Angels, spirits, guides. What messages do you have for Sagittarius for the month of August 2020? Messages for Sagittarius for August 2020. Any messages for Sagittarius for August 2020? Ooh. Okay. Angels, spirits, guides, messages for Sagittarius for August 2020. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah. First card up, Ten of Wands. Wands is the suit of energy, fire, passion, and the tens are the end of a cycle, right? You've reached the culmination point of something. And as you can see from the card, this is a card of having exhausted something, likely yourself. This usually comes up in a reading when you have pursued something maybe time and time again, or gone at something really hard, worked very, very hard with something, be it a passionate project, be it something that you really love, and you're exhausted. Okay. And given the situation that we're currently living in and what we've been living through, this could be any number of things. But whatever it speaks to for you, you are coming into or leaving behind. You may be leaving behind an energy of being exhausted, or having tried something and taken it as far as it can go, and yet you're followed by the Page energy. So that is good. That is progression, right? You move from the 10 to the Page. So perhaps, and what I'm getting is that you tried to do something one way, right? You gave it everything you had, perhaps over time, over and over again, and you just kept hitting a brick wall and it did not work out. And so you have finally come to the understanding that, okay, that particular way of going about something, that particular project, either the endeavor itself or the way you've been approaching it has come to a close. It's clear that it was not working and you needed to lay it down and be done with it. And in doing so, you rightfully put that away, because what's come now is this new engagement, maybe with the same project in a different way or with something completely new and different. There are no aces on the tables, which is indicative of a new beginning, a complete new beginning. So I wonder if perhaps you're just engaging with the same thing in a different way. You have decided that, okay, I need to move forward with this, but I'm going to try it from a new angle. Good for you, because when you hit this, it's time to let it go. You've exhausted all possibility. You've exhausted yourself. You've exhausted the situation. Good. It's good to move on from that. Followed by the Seven of Cups. So this is indicative of you've got two sevens on the table. So this is about having many opportunities, many choices. So perhaps there's a lot, maybe because you've laid down a burden, you have said, okay, I approached it from this angle for much too long. It did not work out. I've let go of that. And then you have re-engaged with it. Okay, I'm going to approach it from a new angle. And what you are beginning to see is that there are multiple ways, perhaps. Perhaps there are multiple avenues you could go down to either bring this project to fruition, whatever it is you are passionate about or working on. You have many more opportunities, many more ways and angles and ways of looking at this than you originally thought, which is always very good, right? And followed by the Ten of Pentacles, which is a card of it's a card of having a lot of abundance, perhaps coming into an inheritance, perhaps working very, very hard and diligently at something, and your bank account is full, your coffers are full, there's no need to worry there. Or it can also speak to leaving behind legacy, something that you are working toward so diligently in the wands that come before it, because it's meaningful to you in that it means that you get to leave a legacy, maybe for other family members. Maybe you're working so hard because you want to leave behind something for those, for your children, for your grandchildren, for other members of the family. That's what this card is speaking to in this particular reading for you. I read it in other ways other times, but not today, not for this reading. That's what this feels like, that you're so engaged with it and you're not giving up the pursuit. Even though you've hit a few walls, you're still picking up the new wand and marching on with it because it's meaningful. And I sense that perhaps it's meaningful for your family. It's meaningful in terms of legacy. Followed by the Two of Cups, which can be indicative of soulmate energy, if that's something you believe in. Can be indicative of finding a perfect for you partner. It's certainly indicative of love. Or it can be within oneself, integrating male and female aspects of yourself. But because of the nature of the cards on the table, I feel like this is, and the last card up is another seven of wands. So there's something here that you are attempting to build. I think it's around family. I think it's around wanting to leave something when you're no longer here. It's important. Maybe it's a family business. It's something around leaving a legacy. Because there is, the Two of Cups here speaks to me of this is maybe maybe it's a husband and wife team, or you and your loving partner have been building something from scratch. And perhaps the pandemic or the current situation has made you have to approach this from a different angle. Maybe the way you were doing business, or it was a family business. It is a family business, but because of the nature of the times we've been living through, there's been some shakeup to that. Some way you had to move forward in a different way. And so that's the message I'm getting. And you still feel a little bit like you are striving to, or having to still work very hard. You're not giving up the fight just yet. There is, you have wanted to leave a legacy. You've got a family business, perhaps something around that is really important to the two of you, to a couple. There's a couple involved here, I think, and you have been faced with having to approach this situation, this whatever it is you're leaving behind, from a different way. And that has proven a challenge, clearly. And I think that's very accurate. And you still feel like you're fighting. You still feel like you have a lot of work ahead of you in order to maybe get things back on the footing they were on before lockdown, before pandemic, before a change came about to this situation. So you still feel engaged in the battle a little bit, if you will. But I will encourage you to remember that you put it down because it was exhausting, and you were able to re-engage here with this Page of Wands. So, and looking at things from a different perspective here, understanding that there are a lot of ways to move forward. There isn't one way to build a business, or to leave a legacy, leave something behind for others that you care about. There's more than one way to go about that. And when you do so, this is a labor of love. This really feels like a labor of love, which is why you're so willing to go back in the ring, if you will, even though you've exhausted one avenue. Okay. Sagittarius, what I'll say to you is that it's okay to, I understand wanting to leave behind something, and especially when it involves your family, and especially when it's a labor of love. Just be mindful to understand that there are many ways to go about this, and hitting it hard all the time exhausted you. And so be mindful of that. Don't allow, as August comes and you're still kind of engaged here in a bit of the hard work, remember to keep in mind all of the opportunities on the table, all of the ways in which you can re-engage with whatever this is. It feels like family business or something along those lines. And keep all of your opportunities and options open. Are there other avenues, other ways that you can get and build in new ways because of the situation we find ourselves in? Okay, so keeping all of that in mind for August. Okay, Sagittarius, go slow. Don't exhaust yourselves again. It's summer. Maybe kind of remember to go with the flow a little bit, and engage with all of your opportunities. Okay. Have a wonderful month, Sagittarius. I wish you the best for August. If you would like a private session or reading with me, I will leave all of my information in the description box below. Thanks for stopping by.